Hey there YouTube, Corncob Piper coming at you. It is Friday afternoon. Hope everybody's having a great start to their weekend. I wanted to do somewhat of a check-in video because I've had a lot of people in the YTPC sending me messages on Facebook and private messaging me just to see how I am. As many of you know, me, my wife, and my kids all live in Southwest Florida, which is getting ready to be hit by Hurricane Irma. Probably sometime on Sunday afternoon. We have evacuated the state. We drove through the night on Wednesday, left Fort Myers about midnight, got up here to Birmingham, Alabama early Thursday afternoon. So we're staying here through Monday. We may head down to Montgomery, maybe stay there down there on Sunday evening, but the plan as of now is to head back to Fort Myers on sometime on Monday and see what kind of destruction we're looking at. Hopefully things change, but the way it's looking right now, it's going to be a direct hit basically on the city that I live in. Category 5 maybe downgraded to a category 4, so they're talking 150 to 180 miles an hour wind. Which is just going to be pretty much devastating. So we're just right now hoping for the best, but family is nice, safe and sound, hanging out here in Birmingham, which is a beautiful city. I'm loving the weather. It's like 60 degrees in the morning when I wake up. The high today was like 82. This time of the year I'm used to 95 to 100 degree weather with just crazy humidity. So really digging that. We're staying just in a hotel, as you could probably see in the background, a La Quinta Inn here, which is pretty nice. I did grab, it is a non-smoking hotel, so hence the no pipe smoking at the moment. I'm probably going to shoot some videos over the weekend from the van because I got some VRs that I wanted to do, and I think I might be late on some of them. I forgot to keep my notebook, grab my notebook when I left where I keep all my notes of all the videos that I want to do. So if I miss doing a VR for your whatever giveaway you're doing, I do apologize. I try to do as many of those as possible because I'm very, very interested in supporting everybody's channel out there, and the VRs are always, in my opinion, a lot of fun to do as well. So I'm gonna do, I guess, a quick YABO because I did have a bag of some tobaccos or tobacco-related stuff on the dining room table that I was planning on doing VR or a YABO at home. I grabbed it on the last second and brought it with me. It's a bunch of small stuff. I'll go through and open it for you here real quick. So the first package comes courtesy of SmokingPipes.com, packed with care by S. Carter. Thank you very much, S. Carter. We're going to go ahead and open this up. Just one tin. Got the notification. It's like 6 pipe cleaners. Got the notification from Smoking Pipes. I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago, 10 days ago, something like that, that they had some Balkan Sobrani in stock. I can smell the tobacco. I hope this seal was not broken. The seal's still good. Maybe it's just because it was sitting with a bunch of stuff. But this is now made by JF Germain. It's great stuff. It's not worth all the hype, in my opinion, over it. There are plenty of other Balkan tobaccos out there that are just as good, if not better, than Balkan Sobrani, but it's got that that esoterica-ish Germain mystique around it, where everybody and their brother wants to get their hands on this stuff. But I was able to pick up a tin. I got an open tin in a jar in my cellar right now, so not going to open this one for a while. I'll go ahead and cellar it. But I did grab one tin because it was in stock. The next package is from Peretti, another small package. These are some bulk tobaccos. So for those of you who are in the know about Peretti, they are famous for their burley tobaccos. My opinion, they make some of the best burleys. Blend number 52, 111, 333, burley plug cut. All delicious blends. My top 4 favorites from Peretti. But they decided that they were going to do something that they hadn't done ever, and that was going to be a straight Virginia blend. They made it available. It's for a limited time only. They still have it available on their website. So I would definitely recommend, if you want to try some Peretti Virginia, you get over there and order some. And while you're at it, you know, if you do like Burleys, make sure you order up some of their Burleys as well. So out of the 4 that I just named, I definitely would recommend that you get 3 of them. Now, the Burley Plug Cut and the Blend 333, in my opinion, are interchangeable. They're just different cuts. The 333 packs easier. It's a little bit sweeter and a little bit more, I guess, easy to smoke. So that would be the one that I would recommend that you get. Not that I'm opposed to saying get the Burley Plug Cut too, but you don't really need both. So pick one or the other. And then blend number 52, which has some dewback in it, which is a Turkish, which adds a really, really nice touch to it. It's an awesome blend. And then the last one would be Blend 111. And then they got a Cuban blend also that's pretty good, the Cuban mixture, if you want to try that as well. So I did pick up an ounce, and that's a Peretti ounce. That's like the ounce that you get. They don't mess around. They always are throwing extra in there. Their shipping is not super fast. A lot of times when you order up from them, they may take 3 or 4 days before they get around to shipping it off to you. No big deal. I don't ever order a lot of stuff from them, ounces here and there, but all their stuff that I've had is really, really great. The customer service is really great if you call them up, but just do note that if you are ordering online from them, expect anywhere between, you know, 2-3 days to up to a week before you get that shipping notification for them. And so that's got a really, really nice smell. Definitely pick up all those sourness from the Orientals, and there's quite a bit of Latakia in there as well. But the tobacco that I wanted, that originally put the order one in for, was the Virginia. And this is a blend, I think, of 7 different Virginia tobaccos. It is called RCTR. So once again, blend RTCR. Nice, almost shag cut ribbon there. It's a ribbon, but it's a very, very fine ribbon. There's some bigger chunks in there. And I'm not really getting a lot out of the bag now. Definitely some yeastiness or bread smell. A little bit of citrus. And a little bit of hay. Not a lot of sweetness out of the bag as well. And there are, as far as I know, last time I checked, there are no reviews on this tobacco. It is just really too new. So I'll try over this weekend to do a first impression of this for you guys, just so you know, if you're watching this video and you're interested in it. Stop back maybe tomorrow for that first impression, or maybe I'll try to get it tonight, just so I can let you know if I think it's worth ordering or not. But it's only like $4 an ounce, so not super expensive to order it up. And if you don't like it, you know, you can always pass it on or mix it with something else to make it better. The last package is a eBay find. I'm pretty excited about this one, at least from the pictures that I saw. I'll go ahead and try, if I like this, I'll go ahead and try to post the link to the seller's eBay store down below. But this is a tobacco pouch that I ordered, a leather tobacco pouch. It is handmade from leather, hand stitched. And I think it was like all his tobacco pouches on there are like $8 and free shipping. So here we go. This is the one that I got. He's got many different colors, many different designs, some without designs. I believe they are all $8. Comes with a nice suede strap here. Got the zipper pouch up top. Be able to keep a small pipe in there. Nice, good size for a cob. There, if you are into roll your own cigarettes, there's a spot there for rolling papers. or if you're, you know, weed smoker too, I'm sure this is probably coming pretty handy too. Pretty cool to keep your weed in. And then obviously here's the lined tobacco pouch. It is lined with what feels like tan leather. He dyes these himself, or maybe it's a she, I don't know. But very, very cool. Go ahead and I'm going to grab, obviously I'm not going to take it out of the bag now, but I'm going to go ahead and grab this. And now that I see what it is and I really like it, for only $8 a piece, I'm going to go order 2 more. So this one here is going to be for Virginias and Burleys. I'll get one for Latakia blends, and then one for aromatics. Obviously you can see this is probably 1.5 ounces of tobacco there. Go ahead and put it in here so you can see what it looks like. Obviously you're not going to fill it up that much, but you can if you want. And that's what it looks like full. So pretty cool. Very, very nice work. I'm going to recommend, you know, this seller's store to you. Very, very fine quality, and you know, for $8, you can't really beat the price. I mean, that's an awesome tobacco pouch, and this is probably guessing 6 inches, maybe 6.5 inches long, unfolded. Maybe 7 inches or another 6 inches, and then folded you're probably looking at maybe like 3 to 3.5. So nice dimensions. This will fit in an inside pocket of a coat, back pocket quite nicely. So I'm very, very impressed. I'm going to go ahead and post the link down to the seller's eBay store. I'm also going to send them a message with a link to this video and thank them for the great quality work. Like I said, for the price, I am definitely going to be ordering 2 more up for myself. There was a nice gray one that I liked, and then I'm going to see if I can find maybe like a neutral colored one, like a light tan or something too. I think those are the 3 colors that I'll go with. Definitely the gray and the red for the Ohio State Buckeyes. As many of you know, I'm a huge Ohio State fan. Going to be watching the game this Saturday. They're playing Oklahoma from the hotel, so pretty pumped up about that. I was actually supposed to be getting together this weekend with some friends from work to watch the game, but obviously that's not happened because basically my whole office is scattered throughout the country right now. I have the luxury of being able to work remotely from wherever I'm at, so I'm working from the, well, I did work from the hotel today. A lot of what I do is phone communication between myself and our clients, and I do most of it by either Skype, Zoom, or internet-based phone system we use to do international calling. And then I'm going to show you one more thing, really not a YABO, but I don't really promote this too much on YouTube, but I am I'm an artesian whiskey distiller. It's one of my hobbies that I'm very much into. And for those of you that are into unaged whiskeys or young whiskeys or artesian distilling, you'll know who Popcorn Sutton is. Probably the most famous moonshiner to ever live. Committed suicide in 2009 when the IRS busted him with 1,600 gallons of untaxed booze. He was facing basically the rest of his life in prison, and he chose instead at that point to take his own life, which was unfortunate. Turns out he was also dying of cancer at the time, so he would have gone anyway, but he didn't want to spend any time in jail. So after his death, his wife basically got together with a small distillery in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and gave basically Popcorn Sutton's most famous recipe to the distiller. Very, very similar mash bill as Jack Daniel's, so you're looking like 70% corn, 18% malted barley, 12% rye. but his is a little bit different. Obviously, there's always going to be small differences. Obviously, his stuff is a young whiskey or unaged, so it's, a lot of people don't realize that when whiskey comes out of a still, it comes out clear. The brown color that you get, or the orange color, or amber, whatever you want to call it, that is picked up once the young whiskey is put into oak barrels to age. A lot of them are charred also, so the darker stuff like Jack Daniels, cask strength stuff, that's all going to be in a charred oak barrel. Some of them are just put in new wood barrels, but they still will turn that amber color because they pull the color out of the wood. Most whiskeys are aged a minimum of 4 years all the way up to 20 years. On average, your 4, 6, and 8 years, those are your most common ones. So like, say Jack Daniels, for instance, is a minimum 4 years. Jim Beam, bourbon, you're looking at 6 years, and then they go up. And then your cheaper stuff, your early time whiskey, I don't even know the names of them because I don't drink cheap whiskey. I don't drink super expensive stuff because the stuff that I make, in my opinion, is better than that. But I do pick up bottles of bourbon from time to time. I'm very much into rye whiskeys. I'm going through a rye whiskey phase right now, and I actually stopped at the liquor store next door to the hotel to pick up a bottle of rye, and I came across this stuff, which I've been trying to get my hands on for quite some time. Unfortunately, they do not carry it in the state of Florida. Originally, this came in a mason jar and was called Popcorn Sutton's Tennessee White Lightning. Then they switched it to a bottle that was similar to Jack Daniels and called it the original Popcorn Sutton small batch recipe. Jack Daniels sued. Obviously Popcorn Sutton Distillery lost. They changed the bottle to this style, and I think last year they were bought out by Sazerac, which is one of the biggest brown liquor distillers in the world. So whiskeys, bourbons, scotches. They make some good stuff. Really, really good sipping whiskey. But they kept the distillery in place. It is still somewhere in Tennessee. I'm not sure which city. You can view it. This is bottled at 88 proof. Obviously, if this was Popcorn Sutton stuff, most moonshines will be bottled at 100 proof at a minimum. When I bottle my young whiskey, I bottle it between 100 and 110 proof. You get down past 90, which this stuff is, and you start to lose some of the flavors and the nuances. But the difference between young whiskey and an aged whiskey is in this stuff you can really taste well, you should be able to, and if it's done right, you should be able to tell by taking a sip what kind of grains were in this. So obviously this is mainly corn whiskey. The first thing you're going to pick up is a corn flavor. If you have a good enough palate and you've tried enough of it, you can start to pick up the burley and the rye as well. But for a novice, really what you're going to get is the heat from the alcohol, obviously, and a significant corn taste. So I didn't bring a knife with me, so I'm using my keys to open everything. Hopefully I can get this bottle open up here real quick with my keys, so I can go ahead and on camera real quick take a little sip and let you guys know what I think of this stuff. If it's good enough, I will probably pick up another bottle before I head out. A liquor store next door to the hotel was kind of expensive. Maybe find one down the road. So I got it open. Drinking from a $high whiskey snifter here, courtesy of La Quinta Inn. Go ahead and pour myself a little bit. See what the nose on this is all about. So this tastes, it smells like corn and rye spice to me, and ethanol. I do not pick up any of the barley, which is odd. So I'm wondering on this mash bill, I'm guessing that they probably went with like 65 to 70% corn, 20% rye, and maybe 10% of malted barley. See if I can pick it up on the taste. Pretty smooth. Not super hot going down, but you definitely can feel the alcohol in there. Once again, what I pick up right off the bat is the corn, the rye. Get the spiciness from the rye, and I can definitely taste the barley. So I know it's in there, but it's a very, very small amount in this one. But relatively nice. Of the liquor store moonshines that you can buy, the legal stuff, I will put this number 2 that I've ever had. Tim Smith's Climax Moonshine would be number 1. If you haven't tried the stuff and you want to try a unaged whiskey or a young whiskey for the first time, that's the way to go. Tim Smith's Climax Moonshine. I'll post a link to that down below. But this is pretty decent stuff, and those are the only 2. I've never recommended getting another one bought from a liquor store other than Climax up until now. This is one that if you get your hands on, it's definitely good quality stuff. It's a nice recipe. You could tell the people that made it took the time and effort, you know, for their craft. But very, very good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy a nice glass of this. Maybe watch a movie with the wife, try to do some relaxing, and try to keep you know, keep the storm out of the back of our minds, even though it's hard. You know, everybody's pretty worried about what we're gonna have to go home to. I do want to say thank you to everybody that's personally reached out to me to check to make sure that myself and my family is safe, and we definitely are. And I'll try to get some more weekend videos out this weekend. Like I said before, if I miss your VR guys, you were on my list, a lot of you. I don't have my list, so I'm going to go looking, but I do apologize if I don't get them out. And I know it's great of a group of guys and gals you are, that you'll definitely understand. So with that, YouTube, as always, keep on piping.